It's a question about parenting and the responsibility of the parent. In this time of Christmas, we contemplate the Holy Family, the mission of the Blessed Virgin Mary and Saint Joseph. They have been entrusted with child Jesus to protect and to care for him. But every parent actually has been entrusted to care for a child of God, for his own child that God has given him to educate. And parents have a great responsibility in the education of their children in terms of divine life. The duty for the parents to bring their children to baptism as soon as possible after the baptism, that the children can be adopted by God. And there is nothing more important for a Catholic parent than to give the divine life to their children, and also to protect this divine life in the soul of their children. And this is why the parents have to care so much about their children, to make them have a good environment, good friends, good school, a safe place to be, not only for their body, not only for their intelligence, but also to protect the divine grace in their soul that God has given to these children. This is divine life. And the parents are responsible for this treasure to be kept and protected in the soul of their children. And a Catholic house, a Catholic family, should be a kind of church, a sacred place, where nothing ugly, nothing wrong, nothing bad, nothing dangerous can happen for the soul of their children. And parents have to be extremely careful about everything that can affect the soul of their children. This is why they have first to choose for a very good spouse, a very good Catholic spouse, to give a good Catholic education. And they have to make together a very safe place for the soul of their children. This is why we totally discourage to have a TV at home where the screen is speaking so many things during the whole day, showing sometimes very bad images that are going into the mind of the children and can stay. And when they are growing, they can be tempted by all these images that can be on the screen of the TV, on the screen of the computer, the screen of the smartphone. And parents have the responsibility to protect the soul of their children. It is so much a shame that a child can be spoiled in the house of his parents because the parents have exposed the child to bad content, allowing him to have a smartphone, to have a tablet, to access internet without any control. And now the child can lose the life of God and even become addicted to pornography in the house of his parents. And that is a very serious mortal sin that the parents can commit, exposing their child to bad habits, bad addictions to mortal sin, to lose the grace of God in their home. And it should be a church. It should be a sacred place. And now parents, because they don't care, because they don't think, because they just want to do like everybody, they spoil their own children at home, when they should just give the best education to their children and protect them against the world and the corruption of the world. Dear parents, protect your children, care for them, don't allow any wrong thing, any bad thing, any ugly thing to enter in the mind of your child, because it will cause disaster. And of course, it's not enough to protect, because today we will not protect 100%. Our children will be still exposed in the world, with their friends, in school, somewhere else. This is why we have so much also to educate, to explain them, to make them choose by themselves what is good, pure, holy, and we should instill in them a hate for everything ugly, impure, unclean. And there is a lot to do in terms of education, speaking with the children, explaining why they are protected, explaining why they have to protect themselves against impurity, against this bad desire they have, the place where they should be protected and educated, how to how to use internet, how to use a smartphone, how to learn to control themselves and to use it only for good and not for bad. But for us adults, it's sometimes difficult to control this social media, this video, these screens, how much difficult it is for a teenager, a child, to resist this temptation. Let us help them. And it is totally normal not to allow a child to have a smartphone before the end of high school. Let him concentrate on his schoolwork. Let him be away from danger, not needed. For thousands and thousands of years, we have grown without these gadgets. They can do the same. They will be protected. And if you want to show them something, it will be under your control and in a safe situation. But this is your duty. And I think many parents are committing mortal sin. Many parents maybe will go to hell because they have not protected their children. They have let their children be spoiled at home and they don't confess about that. They don't think that it's a sin. And still, they are a scandal for their children, an occasion of sin, allowing these things to happen in their own home.